I tuned in to Netflix today. We got episodes 7 and 8 of Love is Blind.
Whew.
So this week we are hold on.
7 was a fool.
So we started off this week, Love is Blind, with Lydia and Uche's argument continued from last week. Now when the episode come on, Lydia and Uche are kind of wrapping the argument, and now Uche is talking to Milton. So spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen episodes 7 and 8. This is our recap. We got one more week of episodes left. I think next week is the wedding, and then the week after that is the reunion. So right now we're on our way to the wedding, but right now in episode 7, Milton, Uche have a sit down. Uche lets Milton know that girl is a liar. She's looked him in his face and lied to his face plenty of times. He even wanted to show him the text of the breakup. He wanted to show him the screenshots of her following the other girls on IG, chasing their stories. Mm-hmm. Milton was receptive of the message and used a lot of math similes to pretty much say, you know, I'm hearing you, brother, and I know we friends, but you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna see this through. But he did warn him. He said, I think you should think hard and long about saying yes to Lydia.
Uche.
That's what's going on with Lydia and Uche's argument. And then we get into Chris. Chris sat down with Izzy. Now, Chris is the girl, Johnny. If y'all not watching the show, Johnny is one of the girls that Izzy was talking to in the bubble, but he let go. Izzy tried to expose Johnny in front of Chris. I didn't think that was cool.
Definitely, excuse me, sorry, y'all.
Nah, you good.
It definitely wasn't cool. It's like, all right, you in your happy relationship, and this person not that close of a friend to you where you feel like you should be telling him about his girlfriend or her about the guy she with. Like, it's cool. Y'all had a 4-day experiment. Things didn't work out. You be with your girl, let them live their life. It ain't on you. You not this nigga best friend.
Facts.
Like, you don't know his character. He might like being shitted on by a woman. You don't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leave that man alone.
Yeah, I didn't think that was cool.
Same shit with Uche. Uche just wanted revenge because Lydia fucked his shit up. That's all I think.
I agree with that. I think Uche did want revenge because Lydia fucked his shit up. But however, he not lying. Like, if you was dating a crazy girl, would you want a warning? Or you just
Hell yeah, I want a warning.
Let me experience that crazy on my own. Cause
Nah,
I might
fuck
like
that.
crazy. I might know how to deal with crazy. You might not.
No, fuck that, Johnny. If I ever get a girl that you dated and you wait that late to tell me she crazy, I'm mad at you, bro. You could have told me off the rip that she was crazy, bro.
One man's crazy is another man's normal.
Hell no, nigga.
That's true. That's true.
Crazy is crazy no matter how you paint that shit.
Yeah, but some guys can really deal with the
A
hectic.
patient man can deal with a crazy girl.
Yeah,
I can't
some
do
guys,
it.
and Milton is that.
Definitely.
Milton is very patient.
Man,
he's
Milton
very
weak as hell.
He's very mature for 24.
He's very weak.
Because as the episode goes on, so at the little meeting, because they wrapping up the little meeting from last week, so they having like this little fake cookout where all the old cast members come back.
Yep.
Stacy get into it with Johnny.
Yep.
And then Uche get into it with some African girl. I didn't appreciate how he said she was from Saudi Arabia or something. Like both.
He was going in,
both
bro.
of y'all African, bro.
Uche, damn, he's something else.
That was embarrassing for Uche, and that was not cool for that girl. And I don't appreciate how the girls came to Lydia's aid because they were absolutely wrong about Lydia. I've seen enough TikToks now to see that Lydia knew the whole time that she was talking to Uche. Yes, they point out the facial expression she's making while Leah's crying on her shoulder.
I thought that was wild.
Like that's crazy.
That was
so
wild.
when they tried to validate, because Johnny was onto it. Johnny was like, "Hey, no, let's hear Lydia. I want to hear. We heard Uche's side. Let's hear." I like Johnny. Johnny likes some good tea. I like good tea too. So she was like, "Let's hear the side." But like the girls tried to come in, they stepped in, and that's when Uche ended up fighting with them. Then you got Lydia. Lydia's side of the story always is a lie.
Yeah.
Now, hold on.
Always is a lie.
I'm going to say this to Lydia's defense. When she was arguing with Uche in that room, and Miles came in there, and
Miles, Milton.
damn, he looked like a Miles.
Milton.
He do
When Milton came in there, and he was like, "What's going on?" And Uche said, "Could you give us 10 minutes?" Milton, That was your time to be like, nah, fuck that. I don't care how cool we are. This is my woman. We out now, nigga. We got some place to be.
I like how he handled it for a guy. He said that's all you got because we got dinner plans. So go ahead. I'll give you 10
Let me
minutes.
lie. Make up a fake scenario so we can leave.
That. I didn't mind how he handled it because he pretty much said we got dinner plans in 10 minutes. So wrap this shit up.
I thought he was lying, but they really did have dinner plans.
Yes,
I ain't gonna ask you, D. If you talking to your ex and your man coming now and he's saying y'all gotta wrap this up, we got dinner. No, would you rather for your man to say, hey, wrap this up with your ex because we got dinner plans, or get your ass the fuck up, we out now?
It might be best for him to say, wrap this up.
Thank you, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro.
I mean, bro, if I'm not that uncomfortable and I'm not that unconfident, like if you want to finish that conversation with him, finish that conversation
And
with him.
but the thing is, he did it correctly because he said, that's all you got. We got dinner plans. So
Yes.
at that point, it's up
and
to
you
her
asked me nicely.
Yeah, it's up to her to cut
And if
it
she
short.
want to sit here and talk to you, hey.
No, some things, bro, you gotta be a man on.
Yeah,
No,
but
I think that the situation was handled correctly. I think that this is not the reason why, and I know I got to finish some episodes, so I'm speaking from somebody that's just hearing
I
spoilers.
got you. I ain't gonna spoil it.
I believe that this is the tea the producers knew was going to happen because now
Yeah, it made good TV.
Now it's turned into really. We're tuning in to see what
It's the
happens.
best part of the
between-
show.
I'm loving this shit.
between
It's the
those
best
two.
part of
I'm
this
loving
season.
these dysfunctional ass couples who should have known that this shit was never gonna work.
You gotta be like Taylor. Taylor was like, I ain't doing this shit, bro. I can't put myself through this hell.
So we get back to the Stacy and Izzy. They leave that whole little function and they get in a fight.
Yeah.
He come in and say, "Yo, it's Flower Mondays. Every Monday I got flowers for you." Stacy go,
And I think that's sweet, by the way.
I did think that was sweet until she hit him with the, I want my love reciprocated. You're not doing enough, pretty much. That's what she said.
And he
And
gave flowers in money.
Right.
wasn't enough for her.
Talk
And
about bare minimum.
so they have a
I
going
mean, I
back.
can see that too.
They have a going back and forth. And then Milton and Lydia, they go home and meet Milton's parents. Now, this is where it gets good.
Milton mom, a
This
real
is where
one.
it gets good. When you meet a black family Latino woman, this is where it gets good. Fuck the fact that he met Lydia's mom. You meet Milton's parents. And you meet Milton's sister. She got them locks in her head. Mom got locks in her head. They got good, rich, brown skin. They from
Right.
Charleston, South Carolina. They was sold off a boat.
Bro.
You can tell it.
Yeah,
They
they,
was-
was,
You
like,
can
they
tell
probably
they
done
sold
had
off
a
a
few
boat.
phone
Damn.
conversations, and they was
Damn.
ready to go in on this woman.
Yes, the way they
Oh, they don't
grilled,
like her off the
they
rip.
said the sister kept it real. Hey, this is all fake. Like, she said, why do you say that? She said, because your answers are perfect. Like, it's like she was given, hey, James, why should we hire you? Because, I think I, do a good job. Like, that's how Lydia was answering questions. I like Milton because he's
It did
smart
sound
and
interviewy. Like, she
Yeah,
had the
like,
interview questions.
She had the answers written down somewhere. Like, nothing was natural about it. Like, fam. And then the dad goes, hey, son, this is new to me. I never even heard you want to get married. And so, and then I love his mom. His mom
Definition of a realist.
Yes.
She a
asked
realist.
some great questions. Asked her, hey, he wants to get a PhD. What else did she ask him? I can't remember what else she asked. She was
About
digging
is
in
they
her.
gonna name the kid the fifth or
She asked him
James
that.
Milton the fifth or whatever his name
Hell
is.
no.
She
Get
said,
that shit
hey,
out of here.
how you guys with finances, that's important in a relationship and marriage. She was just going through everything to see where Lydia was at. Like, what do you want with my 24-year-old son, you 30-year-old woman?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what
And
do
you can
want?
tell his mom's super smart too.
Yes.
And that's where,
That's where he get it from.
That's
His
where he get
dad
it
look
from.
like he's smart too. They just look like a smart, successful family.
Yes, his
Like
sister-
education very high on their list of things.
And his sister's so, like, just regular, like one of us. Like, she a round-the-way girl. Because they sit down and have a one-on-one about this whole thing. And, they ask Milton some questions. You can see his family pressing Milton, basically, like, you sure you want to be married?
Yeah, like, bro, what are we doing?
Because don't nobody know you like your fucking family. Even when Lydia brother and them came through, he was like, you sure you going to be able to handle? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because he was like, shit,
This shit
I
gonna get-
know this motherfucker. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, you sure you gonna be
Like,
able
it's
talking
probably
about Stacy.
fun now. She probably giving you this wild, crazy, but that you ain't had before.
Yeah.
But eventually, them emotions gonna kick in,
Exactly.
Exactly.
and you gonna have to deal
Nah,
with
you
them
don't
every
remember
night.
when Lydia brother came, the gay brother and the mama?
She did.
Yeah,
He did come.
and they sat
Lydia
down.
Senior.
Yeah, see,
did
I told
come.
y'all I wasn't.
So then we get to the argument. Now, the argument between Lydia and Milton was, I don't know. I felt like I've been here before. You talking to a girl, you telling her that she emotional. He was like, hey, you're a little too emotional. You react emotional. And I'm scared to tell you things because of the way you're going to react. And this is why I say, I don't want to say this out loud. People lack accountability. People do lack accountability. And I can see it in these people in this show. Milton is easily being accountable for his part. Hey, you tell me about the dishes and things like that. I got it. Cool, fine. But when I tell you about yourself, when it's hard to get that mirror pointed at you and you to eat that. That takes growth.
Oh, yeah.
For somebody to say, you do this wrong, and you be like, naturally you're going to say, I don't do that wrong. But like if somebody love you is saying like, yo, you do this wrong.
Yeah.
You got to receive that. You got to listen to that. You got to take your emotions out of it.
Yeah.
Listen to the message. And that's what's happening. She is extra. She is emotional. She goes into the other room. She cries. She comes back. If you don't want me because I'm emotional, I'm an emotional person. And to be honest, when she says I'm an emotional person, this is who I am, I'm looking at Milton like, well, bro, if you can't get with that, you got to go.
Exactly.
Go
But
ahead.
I was going to say there's two type of people. Selfish and selfless.
Oh, yeah.
Here-
My nigga
period.
spitting.
Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's on so many damn levels. You know what I'm saying? It's either you selfish or you selfless. Period,
And-
point blank.
And I think Lydia is a great person. I think
She
she has a
probably is.
really good heart, but her maturity level ain't at the level of Milton's. Like, if I'm telling you about your emotional intelligence to me ranks high in maturity. If you can't manage your emotions, you're very immature. Like, kids don't know how to manage their emotions. They act out. When something don't go their way, they cry, they whine, they boo. When something don't go your way, you lash out instead of being an adult and sitting there and being like, okay, I hear that. Like, let's have a calm conversation about it. You boohoo crying. Oh, I'm the worst person in the world. I think she said something back to him and said, I didn't say none of that.
Right. And she said that he don't support her.
Yes, when he's super supportive of her. So what are we talking about here? Like, that whole conversation was giving me flashbacks.
Well, that's how it is. Sometimes people, you're right. The accountability thing is hard too. So you start to point the finger back at the other person, try to tell them what they doing wrong. I mean, I guess that's a narcissistic trait as well.
I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, I just feel like with some things that you know that are going to be too much on your plate, why even put it on there? You know what I'm saying? Like, most of the time, and I hate to play or just say that most of the time it's like women put too much on their plate, because men do it too. Sometimes, like, in the beginning, you know it's too much, but you'll still keep going.
Right. And then you end
You know
up
what I'm
eating all
saying?
that food off your plate, and now you're uncomfortable.
That's why I
And that's
said
in
plate.
reference to who, though? Which one of them?
Well, that was in reference to Lydia.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
She might
Because
have been off
I
medicine,
think,
too.
like, with her knowing that the fact Uche was going to be on the show, it already makes it look like you were there for him.
Yeah.
But now you're trying to entertain, I'm about to call this boy Mouse.
Miles.
His real
He's
name
Miles.
James, apparently.
Well,
Yeah,
that
his
guy.
name's James. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to call him Jack. No, for what? But anyways, yeah, you he's in front of you now. He's something new. You know you can't get with Uche. So now you're going to try to entertain this. And it ain't going well. You know what I'm
But
saying?
Lydia is one of those people that would try to make that work.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. She's
She
gonna
ain't
try to
got
make
no
that work.
healthy plate. She got the
Got you.
I
giant
got
penny
you.
plate.
I got you.
You
Okay,
know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
James
This shit
isms.
about to crack
Yeah,
through.
got
James
James
isn't
Isms.
bringing on home.
That
Yeah.
nigga going in. There's some nigga
Alright.
at home right now like, damn, I understand every single thing
What
this
he
nigga
said,
saying.
yeah.
Like, damn, I need to go get some
Your
plates.
plate ain't strong
Right.
enough.
I
Johnny
do need to
man.
go to the Dollar Tree get some toilet tissue. Johnny, now that you say that.
You was saying something.
I don't even know.
All right. Then we get back to Stacy and Izzy, man, and this is where this is my favorite part of the whole shit.
The credit?
I love this shit.
This nigga
Stacy,
said the credit.
the scene starts with, "Well, why didn't you tell me that?" I'm sitting at my computer like, what the fuck they talking about? They just had a great
got the
date.
herp?
They just had a great date. What is she talking about? He was like, what? He was like, you don't have a credit card? He's like, I just didn't feel it was important. So when we went to get gas and I asked you for a card, and you just said no. You didn't think that was the time to tell me that you didn't have credit?
No.
And he was like, nah.
I'm supposed to say, oh yeah, my credit score ain't shit.
Oh, it get better. Oh, it get better. Oh, it get better. On top of you not doing enough, it was just the same scene where he goes in the bathroom and cry. Was that?
No,
earlier?
it was after. It was
Right.
after.
Stacey
that
already done made the boy cry. I feel like I'm not doing enough. I was like, no, this nigga ain't in the bathroom crying. But in this scene, she getting in his ass once again about him not having his finances straight. Dog, if your finances are not straight, you cannot get married.
Not to her.
Not
To anybody.
Or you should.
True.
You should
But
not.
definitely
I'm
not
not
to
saying
her.
you won't
That's
do
gonna
it.
be the first thing y'all fight about.
Yes, and and it's over if you don't fix it. But yes, like
That's why I feel like sometimes in some situations, marriage is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is you sitting here worried
that was
about
James
the pocket?
McClain.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying in some cases. One thing I want to be married for is for love. And I know that shit sounds storybook and fairy tale than a motherfucker. But if I don't feel that love, regardless of how much money I got, regardless of what I got, access or whatever, if I don't feel that love, I'm not going to want to be with you.
I strongly agree with you.
I'm not going to want to.
However, I do have to bring this up. I do have to say this because I'm like you. I'm in that boat with you. And I believe there's women out there that will definitely marry you for love. Most definitely. I think love is number one on everybody's list. I even think love is on Stacey's list. But also what I will say is, traditionally, since we're talking about marriage, because marriage is something of tradition. We get married out of tradition. And usually you go to the father is handing something that he's been taking care of over to you.
Right.
And I'm just going to use, this ain't everybody's situation, but I'm going to just use a couple. I've dated women in the past where I know that they are independent women, but their father takes care of things too if they can't take care of things. So when somebody's giving you their daughter to take care of, they're not giving you their daughter just to love. That comes with protection. That comes with being able to put a roof over her head, making sure she's straight. And more so, it's not really the money, I think, with a lot of women. It's the feeling of security.
Right.
Money's a part of that security. I need to know that when the chips are down, you going to get out there and figure that shit out.
Right.
And the only way to really see that is to go through several steps. They want to know you got a plan.
Yeah.
Like, ain't nothing like dating a nigga with no plan.
Yeah, right.
Like, well, then what are you doing? Because you're the leader. They're picking a leader.
Right,
And a
right.
part of that plan has to do it. What do you plan to do with your finances? What does your credit score look like? What's your 5-year outlook? Like, these things are important because you're talking about marriage. Now, if we talking about boyfriend and girlfriend, cool. I don't care what you got. You don't care what I got. We fucking smashing and shacking up. But if we talking about building something together, love is at the center. But if all these other little small pieces aren't there, then love ain't gonna hold it together.
And
Unfortunately.
I feel that, but what happens when you build these things together and then you find out that they crumble? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Not saying it's foolproof.
yeah,
I'm with you.
that's one thing that
I'm not with
happens
you.
within
It hit
marriage.
hard, didn't it?
A lot of things,
God damn.
a lot of things that we perceive to be perfect or we perceive to build up, or you know what I'm saying, that things that we want to succeed, sometimes, not in all cases,
No, yeah.
just don't work out. You know what I'm saying?
course, of
So
course.
it's just like at this point you build all this and all this stuff, it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? And that's with the love, that's with the all of that. You know what I'm saying? All the kit and caboodles, every scoop.
Before we can even get into the experience, we gotta have a foundation. And,
True.
And love, money, and all the other shit. It's just a part of the foundation.
Right.
Whether it works or not, that's up to God and the heavens. But the foundation needs to be there before we even enter this. And you can see how marriages work when the foundation isn't there. They don't work well.
Right.
So I agree with you 100%. But through my life and through my experience, I just know
But
love ain't enough.
It's not. And I think that, I mean, it's great. I hear you. But the same way it was presented about when old girl was talking about how she got 2 AC units.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
these are realistic things.
Yeah,
that
is
I have
realistic,
to think about.
Yeah.
So if I'm choosing you as my leader, then I can't be like, oh yeah, let's just honky dory, we'll shack up, get married, do whatever. When shit hits the fan and you looking at me like, well, how you gonna fix that, or how you gonna do this? And
Right.
why am I
You
choosing
can't even
you?
finance.
Yeah, why am I even going forward with you? Because I need to, Jumpman was right. When it comes to security, yes, I have to know as someone that has experienced things in life, I have to know I can lean on you when shit hits the fan. And I have to know that even when things are not rainbows and sunshines,
Right.
I can depend on you to have my back. I can depend on you to be my friend. I can depend on you to hold me accountable even when we don't like each other. Like, that's where, love might come into play, but love is just not enough realistically. And I think Stacy does a great job with asking good questions on
She really does.
what is needed in regards to going forward, because Izzy is, he over here crying because I really feel like he's out here like, no, I'm going to find somebody to date and love me and then we're going to get married. It's like I feel like he has a very immature outlook on what this love thing is supposed to look like. So the fact that she's holding a mirror to him that he's probably never had, held to him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I feel like I'm not enough. No, nigga, you may be very much enough, but you out
not
here
enough for her.
playing.
You're broke.
He's not
He
enough
don't got
for
no
her.
plan. He got no strategy in life.
I mean, right?
will-
He's not enough.
He's
for
not
her.
enough for her. There's a woman out there he's enough for. But her, she got her shit together.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not for her.
Yeah.
Right,
And
you got
so-
like 3 different businesses.
Yeah,
And-
I will say, like, when they say you got a date in your lane, yes, you're right.
Stay in your way.
That's why I say that
Unless you try to
Love
be
is
a kept
Blind-
man.
Boy, you stupid.
It's real.
That's why I say Love is Blind might not be the best look for everybody, and that's why I don't want people relaying their relationships to that show.
Oh, this
You know what I'm
nigga trying to
saying?
get a
Full circle.
I'm sorry, but
That's
you
where we at
shouldn't.
with this.
Yeah, you shouldn't though.
I did wanna- Come
on now.
because, I mean, it ain't. It's sketched. You know what I'm saying?
preaching,
This
y'all
is
hear?
not how people meet.
I did want to say something to your point. Also, with that being the person that has the house that has those units, I don't know if y'all ever had somebody in your house not doing shit.
Oh yeah.
That shit would drive you up the fucking wall.
Up the wall.
So I could imagine her being there. Both those air conditioning units come
It's
out,
hot.
and now she got to drop that 20, and you ain't got nothing on it, nigga. Yeah,
I'll give you mine when I get paid, babe.
Yeah, y'all may
Like,
be married, but y'all won't be fucking until somebody catch up on these space. Like, it's gonna be tense.